As the morning mist clears over the Missouri River, one of Kansas City's newest residents is getting ready to run. And for the first time in years, he's running free.
My name is Abdulaziz Tirab. My boat number is FRH21. I escaped from the war in Sudan and I live in Australian detention center, and now I am living in the United States to start a new life. I like running because running is the best exercise for the body fitness.
Tirab has come to America after 4 years on Manus Island. He's part of the controversial Australia-US refugee swap deal.
For someone to get freedom after a very long time, I am happy to get my freedom.
Forced to leave his family behind in Sudan's brutal civil war, he put his life in the hands of people smugglers and made a dash to Australia by boat.
People who come by boat now have no prospect of being resettled in Australia. The rules have changed.
Manus Island is like hell, you know. We wasn't have good health. We wasn't have enough food. Yeah. Yeah, 667. Yeah. Thank you. Here is I'm free, and I eat whatever I want.
His life here in America didn't come easily. Tirab underwent extreme vetting from both Australia and the US in order to secure his refugee status.
Nice apartment block, man.
Yeah, nice apartment.
His rent's being covered by the US Refugee Resettlement Agency for now, but soon he's expected to get a job and pay his own way.
Do you want to show me around? What have you got here?
I have some books here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And here's my tissue. I have this is clock, alarm clock.
Yeah.
Then I come first time here. There's a lot of people. They help us to give us some clothes or something like that.
Yeah.
But really, we have nothing.
Yeah. Do you have anything from Sudan, like that you brought, that you have left?
No, I have nothing really. I have nothing. I come just myself and clothes that I wear, but I have nothing else.
But his life here is more than Australia would offer him.
Did you know about the policy of turning people on boats away when you started out on the journey?
No, I didn't hear about that decision. If I hear that, I will never come to Australia.
Tirab may not want Australia anymore, but does America want him? Trump is leading the country into turmoil over immigration and race. Luckily, Tirab has made some Sudanese friends eager to prepare him for the challenges of being black and Muslim in America.
لو قال لك ارفع يدك وانت ما رفعت يدك يديك تلقى المفروض ما يديك تلقى المفروض يسالك يقول يا اخي انت اقعد يشيلك ويمشي يعمل لك تحقيق فده مهم وانت تكون حريص لانه انت ما بيميزوك انت من السودان ولا انت من المهم انت دول اسود يعني لو شافك انك بيشوفك انك انت دول اسود انت لو جيت عشان كده تكون حريص على نفسك يعني تمشي في الخط تتفادى المشاكل اللي بيحصل.
It's a tough system to navigate, but the advice is get amongst it.
أهم شيء الشغل اللي هم هيفتشوا لك منظمة بتجيب لك الشغل أهم شيء الشغل يعني أنت لازم تشتغل عشان تقدر تدفع بيلاتك يعني أنت تدفع بيلاتك لو أنت ما شغال وما بتدفع بيلاتك دي هيكون مشكلة في البلد ده.
In many ways, Tirab has swapped one kind of conflict for another, but he's determined to succeed. It's been many years since Tirab last worked. Back in Sudan, He owned a small electronics and furniture store. Today, he's starting from scratch.
Do you already have an email address?
Yeah, I have an email address, yeah.
Wonderful. So what we're going to practice today is just sending an attachment with an email.
Have you had a resume before?
No.
First resume, huh?
Yeah, this is
My goal is to achieve.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just do the job we need to do right now while we work towards our dream job, right? So, are you working right now?
Are you confident about getting a job here?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. This is David. He said that he has a great job for me, and he wants to see me this afternoon.
Whoa.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm good, David. How are you doing? You sent message that you have a great job for me, and
I want to get a little more information, but you are going to have a real good job very soon.
okay, that will be great. Thank you, David. That's really good news. Yeah. I hope that, yeah, really, very good news. I hope I will success in this job.
As I leave Kansas City, I'm relieved to hear he has a job on the horizon. I hope for Tirab it comes off. The refugee swap deal was negotiated between President Obama and Malcolm Turnbull. But when Trump came to power, he hated it.
Fury over a deal to resettle about 1,200 refugees.
Genuine refugees from Manus Island and Nauru would be sent to the United States, and Australia would take refugees from Latin America.
I will study this dumb deal, he tweeted.
Trump even tried to argue his way out of the deal in a testy phone call with Turnbull.
Got a little bit testy, but that's okay.
Why is the president picking a fight with Australia?
In the end, Trump honoured the deal, and so did Australia. Dateline can confirm that 30 refugees from El Salvador are now living in Canberra, having allegedly fled gang violence.
Donald Trump said to Malcolm Turnbull,
Yeah.
who are these people on Manus Island?
Yeah.
Is one of them the next Boston bomber?
Yeah.
Are you the next Boston bomber?
No, I said to Donald Trump, President, I said to him, we are not, what do you think? Okay, and we are different people, and we are not terrorists, and we are not criminal. You know, we are just refugees.
In this deal, no one ended up where they wanted to go. Iranian-born Mina wanted to settle in Australia, but after 3 years on Nauru, ended up in Houston, Texas.
زمانی که من توی نارو بودم اصلا فکرشو نمی‌کردم که یه روزی بتونم سوار هواپیما بشم و اون جزیره کوچیکو واسه همیشه ترکش کنم. هنوز کابوس دارم در مورد اینکه اونجا هم و حالا میخوام از اونجا خارج بشم، از نارو خارج بشم.
In Iran, Mina was badly abused at home from an early age, and then found herself in a violent marriage. Like Tirab, she boarded a boat to Australia, where she thought she'd be protected by our gender equality laws.
استرالیا حقوق زن و مرد مساویه و اینکه زن به چشم یک ابزار دیده نمیشه. یه زن میتونه مثل یه مرد زندگی کنه.
Instead of protection, however, she found punishment.
تو تمام اون مدتی که اونجا بودم من حتی یک شب نتونستم راحت بخوابم به خاطر اینکه میترسیدم، به خاطر اینکه واقعا احساس امنیت نمیکردم و خودکشی و این مسائل خیلی زیاد تو اونجا بودش.
The United Nations called conditions in Nauru cruel and inhuman. Detainees' reports of rape, assault, sexual abuse and self-harm shocked the world.
Malcolm Turnbull, shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Women and children lived in flimsy tents, and Mina says one of the guards taunted and exposed himself to her.
اذیت و آزار و شکنجه‌ای که ما وارد کردش خیلی بدتر از شرایطی بود، اذیت و آزاری بودش که دولت ایران اگرم بدتر نبودش دقیقاً یکی بودش.
Her safety has been hard won, but today Mina can lock her very own door.
So how is it having a door that locks after almost 5 years?
I really feel safe now. That I can able to lock the door and do not let people come into my room without asking me that they are allowed to come in or not. This is my bedroom. و اینکه پنجره دارم، آشپزخونه دارم، همه چی دارم، همه چیز زندگی، همه چیز یه خونه هست.
Mina has connections in Australia who could have eased her transition if she'd settled there, but instead she finds America lonely.
وقتی که من شنیدم که قراره که یک سری رفیوجی از US برن با استرالیا، از رفیوجی استرالیا بیاد به US، خب حس بدی پیدا کردم، به خاطر اینکه من این حس رو پیدا کردم که من مثل یه برده میمونم، مثل که دارم فروخته میشم به ازای یه چیز دیگه و بهم حق انتخاب داده نشد.
My name is Matthew O'Brien. I am the Director of Research at the Federation for American Immigration Reform.
Matthew O'Brien doesn't believe people like Mina and Tirab should get to choose where they end up, and thinks the swap deal serves a purpose.
I think it sends a message that if you're genuinely fleeing persecution and you really believe that you're in fear for your life, that fine, you should be comfortable with being in any place where your life is protected. And if they're really afraid of political persecution, then they're not going to be concerned about the destination country.
At the same time, he has security concerns.
Refugee and asylee programs are an important part of America's overall immigration program, but we also think that there are some problems. It frequently serves as a way for terrorist groups to get people into the United States.
We know of a couple of people that have been settled as a result of this deal, one from Sudan and one from Iran. What faith do you have that people from these countries have been properly vetted?
Well, I would say it's probably a benefit that these individuals have been vetted by both Australia and the United States. On the other hand, I'm not sure why the President of the United States thought it was appropriate when we have been having so much trouble with terrorist groups from Sudan, direct hostility from the government of Iran, why the President thought it was a good idea to accept individuals from those countries.
President Trump referred to it as a dumb deal. Is it?
It appears to be a dumb deal, I think, to most casual observers. If Australia doesn't want these folks, why do we?
I'm going back to Kansas City to see Tirab. A lot has happened for him in the last few months. He had a job on the horizon, which turned out to be a false alarm. He didn't even get an interview.
Doors are closing. Please do not block the door.
But today, he says he has good news. Tirab and nearly 1,700 other Manus Island detainees have won an important battle. An Australian court approved a $70 million compensation payout, part of a class action against the Australian government alleging physical and psychological injury as a result of detention and false imprisonment. It is the largest human rights class action settlement in Australian history. For Tirab, it's a victory after so much suffering.
It's chilly, man.
And now, he's got something to show me.
Nice wheels.
Yeah.
New car?
Go ahead.
Yeah, nice.
A few months ago, all he owned was an alarm clock and a box of tissues. No wonder he's excited.
And so you're coming to a bit of money?
Yeah.
Why did you decide to buy a car with your compensation money?
I decided to buy a car to help me in my movement. And it's hard to use the transfer or the bus to move from place to place. It will take you a lot of time. That's why I decided to buy a car.
What Tirab didn't spend on the car, he sent home to his family and put the rest in savings.
For 4.5 years of your life,
yeah.
Does the compensation seem right, or?
No, it's not right. They give us just small number of money because we are in illegal detention center, and if you look to the time that we spent in detention center and you look to the money, to the amount of the money they give us, it's really very small money, small number.
So what does the compensation payout mean for you? Does it mean you don't need a job anymore?
No, that's will never happen. I need job. I need to work hard. I need to work hard. If I just sleep and relax, that means my money will be finished. And what I should do by that after that, I have to work.
Are you still angry then about how you've been treated?
Yeah, I'm still angry forever. Because you don't know how they were treating us like animals, and that really, I will never forget that.
And we close this now.
Yeah.
Now the next thing we do is what? There you go. And now we're ready to go. We have our first tank of gas.
Yeah.
Today, he's meeting Dave Medley, who's offered to give Tirab a one-on-one lesson to help him get his forklift driver's license.
And now we're going to have fun. We're going to drive the truck. Drive right in now.
Tirab's meeting new people in America, but he knows the scars from Manus will stay with him for some time to come.
Okay, you turn down this aisle right here. Very good. See how that works?
While we were in the detention center in Manus Island, we have been beaten, we have been killed, we have been tortured, and really that is the most bad period I survived in Manus Island.
How long did you have to stay in New Guinea?
Yeah, I stayed there almost about approximately 4 years and a half.
As Dave takes him out to try another new experience, Tirab knows nearly 2,000 people remain on Manus and Nauru, their lives in limbo. In recent weeks, dozens more of Australia's unwanted refugees were resettled in America.
I'm buying, so whatever you think you want, get two.
Excuse me? One chicken,
He wants fries.
One fries, yeah.
Have you had any jobs here in Kansas City yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah.
Would you feel comfortable doing, like driving a forklift? That's an enjoyable job.
Yeah.
And you speak good enough English, as long as you understand what they're telling you, that's all.
Okay.
And I can understand you, and you can understand me.
Yeah, that's right.
What you're going to have to do is spend more time on the forklift.
Okay.
And that's, and we'll be able to do that and perfect that.
Okay.
It looks like things are falling into place for Tirab. He's made some friends, he's closer to a job, and he's got his new car. But one part of his life is still missing.
I left behind, my family and my daughter. I feel that it's really sad, because when I left her, she was just 6, now she is 13. And I haven't seen her for almost 7 years.
Half her life.
Yeah, really, that is sadly.
Soon, he hopes he can start the process of bringing his family over to America from Sudan. But he doesn't know how that will be possible under Trump's tough immigration stance. Tirab still has a lot to figure out, and a difficult past to digest.
Okay, well, it's the first time for everything, eh?
Yeah, I'm really scary, but I'll try.
But he's getting braver and more adventurous in his new home.
Sorry, excuse us.
Sorry. Yeah, this is my first time.
Nailing it! Sorry, I jinxed you.
Are you having fun?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah.
Hey, we have some snacks, cookies. I made cookies.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to join us for some cookies?
Thank you so much.
You're
thank
welcome.
you, sir.
What'd you think of the ice?
Yeah. It's very scary.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Good. So where are you from?
I am from Sudan.
Sudan,
Yeah,
okay.
from Western Sudan.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm glad we crossed your path tonight. This is his first time.
What did you think about that?
I think it's really amazing.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You might need to wear the hat though.
Thank you.
If you want to wear the hat.
For one lap, please.
Tirab will never forget Manus Island,
Thank you.
but being in America has helped him forget Australia.
Really, I am very happy that I didn't go to Australia because of their treatment for us while we were in detention center. And really, that makes me hate Australia. I am very happy to come to United States.
Is this fun?
Yeah, really, it's very amazing. I have never, since I came to United States, I have never been in this fun. Wow!